Hey YouTubers, Ballistics here again. Gonna be bringing you guys a 1v1 on Tal'Darim Altar. Gonna just jump right in, we'll get some introductions of the players done. Top left here we've got Strelok as the Red Terran. For those of you not familiar, Strelok is, I believe, from the European servers. Has a lot of big wins, especially since the beta has come out, so he's been a player that I've been watching quite a bit on YouTube. Lots of casters have, brought games from this guy to us. Holds wins over big names, Daimaga, Whiterun, and in our bottom right position, we have Kirch. Now, according to the replay file I downloaded, Kirch is actually CheckPrime. CheckPrime from the Korean servers, one of the top level players. I haven't seen a whole lot from him. Mainly a few games that I saw on Anaris' channel. What I did see from him, very solid player. So I'm really looking forward to this map. Get the little extractor trick going on here. For Strelok, this is going to be a map where you have your quick expo. So what I like to do when I play on maps like this, especially playing against a Zerg player, it's a fair safe bet that you're going to see your Zerg player doing some type of fast expo, especially when you've got just your little block here and the natural so easily defended because you have this main ramp which it only gives you this one entrance into your natural. So you're going to see, I think, in a lot of these future games from especially other Protoss and Terran players when playing against Zerg, dropping their fast expos as well. And judging from what we're discussing here, it looks like that might even be the case. We've got another SCV queued up by Strelok here, and he's already at 14 supply, so he's probably going to be dropping definitely an early command center from the looks of it. And here we have Check dropping his early hatchery, so this should be nice macro-oriented game. And there's the supply, or sorry, the command center coming down even before a barracks, so you're probably going to see Strelok try and block off this whole entrance here. Really doesn't give the Zerg a whole lot of options, unless, there is a big gap here, so this is a little bit vulnerable to mutas, depending on what strat Strelok will try and choose. CheckPrime here, just probably going to be droning up a nice bit, although he does have his gas down already. Is he going to transfer the drones right away? And there we go. So, should be interesting to see. Strelok finally sending out a scout here now. We've also got the scout coming out here from CheckPrime, trying to figure out, where my enemy is. It's going to play a big factor into what types of strats these players are going to want to pick as well. I'll do a little rundown of the map for you guys who are not familiar. So we already talked about the natural, which has the one entrance right here, but they also have a quick third over right here, which just has the one geyser, and then it has 5 mineral patches. So not a huge income maker, but for especially someone like a Zerg who can drop their hatchery down for that 300 minerals, you're going to see a lot of macro for them. And then we just have the one choke coming up in here, although the third does have another entrance over right here. In the center, we've got these 4 Xel'Naga watchtowers. They're, all hidden here by bushes. As you send your probe around the map, your probe or your drone or your SV, whatever the case is not going to run through them. So you have to actually send any type of harvester or any type of unit to the watchtower itself in order to do the scout. What do we have here? Second barracks coming down. Tech lab already coming out. Switching to a Reaper. Oh, this should be interesting. I don't really know how useful a Reaper is going to be, especially this late in the game. You may see Strelok probably just uses Reapers to capture the Xel'Naga watchtowers, which we have the rally set just outside, so that's one case. And down in CheckPrime's base, so we've still got the second gas coming. We've got the hatchery, or sorry, the layer on the way with some speed coming in from the Lings. So it's going to be a few minutes before we know exactly what Check has in mind. Oh. Sorry about missing that little battle there, guys. Although, would we really call it a battle? We got a Reaper chasing around some Zerglings. Until these Zerglings can get that speed upgrade, the Reaper can just, out micro those all day. Take every one of them out. Check realizes this as well, so even with just the 3 Lings, he's just going to be keeping an eye out now to see if he can protect his drones. He does have the Queen there. Reaper not going to do much now. Still more barracks coming down, just pumping out the Marines. Still lots of SCVs. We've got no gas down on the Expo for Strelok, though we do have 2 down here, and we have the factory coming up. Let's see what we can expect now to come out of Strelok. And a starport with a core. Yeah, just as we expect. Once this is done, you'll probably see him just swap out the starport with the factory. Going to give him quick access, more than likely, to medevacs, especially where he's pumping out this many marines as well. Although we do have all 4 gas coming down for our Korean player. So what I can expect to see here, especially with the layer down, with the Spire coming, you'll see a lot of Speedlings, maybe even switch into Banelings, which there's the Baneling list. So great strategy against the Terran. With a lot of Marines, Baneling's always going to be real powerful against the Marines, especially with with the stim being reduced on the upgrade. Although the long distance on a map like this really not going to make a huge difference, but with maybe we'll see even some late game infestors. Infestors on top of a Marine, you throw your down your fungal growth. The Marines really have no counter to that. Without that, though, you can get that nice stim upgrade, even with a nice group of Banelings. As long as we can see some good micro, which we know Strelok is certainly capable of, you can really minimize the damage, especially when you've got siege tanks backing your Marines. So, really excited to see this game. This is not something I've actually watched yet. And I have an Overlord just kind of hanging out here. So, Czech does know about this expo, which is nice and saturated here. We still don't have a third gas coming down. And we got the medevacs loading up, so this should be interesting. Let's try and keep an eye on these and see where they're going to go. Nowhere, apparently, just down over the cliff. So that's not that interesting. We'll drop over here now and have a look. And here we finally see the mutas. Have a look at the harvester count for both guys. We see 41 for Strelok and 51 for our Zerg player Czech. Although with the income difference, Terran, their mules, it's definitely what I think the strongest point of a Terran race is their economy. Even if you have no SCVs, you get your early lings. If you got a lot of energy on a couple of orbital commands, you can still drop your mule up on any type of expo and just continue to mine and rake that money in. So that's why you're going to see that even with this harvester count deficit, Strelok will be able to keep up in economy and macro. Sorry. I'm not sure what I missed here. Probably Marines just killing off a Zergling or something like that. Although we do have some Muta harass coming out here now from Czech. Once again, he knows about what's going on over here. Does he actually see the missile turret, though? Let's just have a look. He does see the missile turret, so he's going to be able to be careful. Try not to lose too many of those Mutas. Or he may just bypass it altogether. Let's have a look at what we see over here. So we have a few Marines. Probably enough to hold off, and there you go. You're going to want to see Czech. Maybe try and pick them off one at a time. Or if you're on just move instead of attack move, you're going to lose everything. This is not good for Strelok, especially if he's going to get this opportunity now to try and take out the tanks. Now, Strelok doing a nice job. Picks up the Marines, drops them over their little ramp. He doesn't have time to lift up one of his barracks and get over there to protect them. Czech also being real intelligent about this and just backing out. He doesn't want to lose too many Muta. He just wants to kind of give them the chance to macro up. And this is exactly what we're going to see. Third hatchery has gone down now for CheckPrime, so it's going to give him ample opportunity to get some drone transfer. He's probably almost mined out. Oh, he has plenty of harvesters here to get that transfer. Maybe even enough, I would say, to get your fourth hatchery down soon. And out here in the center, we do have the SCV coming out again. Muta's probably going to pick this off, although Strelok almost getting caught off guard here. Getting a little ahead of himself, leaves his medevacs way out in front of his army. He was lucky that CheckPrime never actually caught up on that. That could have been devastating to lose that many. And we have a Zergling run by. Is there a leak? Unless he must have left the supply depot down. That's unfortunate. Those are the kind of mistakes I make. I hate doing something like that. But what are you going to do? You live, you learn. We still have this massive group of mutas flying around here. Really not going to be able to do much with just the mutas. Again, with so many turrets around, so many Marines, he's going to need to do a twofold attack. Maybe you can get your, try a Baneling Bust or something like that. Get the attention away for the mutas. Give them the chance to come in and hurt the economy. And catching some tanks off guard here. Again, those are the things that Strelok's really going to want to pay attention to. When you do like a bio and a mech play, it's going to be real important to try and keep your units together. If you're letting them stray, and I'll get back to that in a second. We got lots of harass coming on here. Just staying out of range of the turret as well. See if you can get this gas away. No, gas not going to go down. Strelok will catch it in time to repair it. And sorry about that. Back to what I was saying. When you're doing a lot of bio and mech play, because the two types really move at such different speeds, you really have to pay attention to them. You don't want to let your medevacs get ahead of your marines if your marines have to run all the way around, but your medevacs can fly all the way down here. You don't want to let your tanks or your Thors fall too far behind because again they get cut off guard. It's pretty much just throwing minnows away. CheckPrime doing a nice job of spreading his creep here. We're sitting now at 14 minutes. All pretty much map control, pretty much all going to our friend CheckPrime, and then we've got our fourth hatchery dropping down. 58 harvesters. You may see him try and drone up a little bit more. You never want to do any more than 70, 75. You know that's when it really starts to hurt your army size. But with this amount of muta, who really cares? So we have a lot, there you go, there's a lot of marines, tanks moving out. One of the things that you can do on this map, with this little ledge here, and especially when you've got your medevac site, you can have your tanks perched up here. Are we going to have some type of base trade here? Strelok doesn't even bother, he knows. You know, when you've got a slow army like that, that's really unfortunate. That's actually a pretty anticlimactic ending to this game. Well, alright, that's it for me, guys. You know, let me know your feedback. Let me know how you guys are enjoying it. Do you like the analytical style? Would you like to see a little bit more color? Give me whatever suggestions you can make. You know, if I'm missing something and you say you want me to pay more attention on this than that, by all means, feel free to let me know. We'll be bringing you hopefully some more videos in the next few days. I know I originally said I was only going to be doing one maybe every week or so, but I'm enjoying this way more than I expected. So we'll be talking to you soon, guys. Thanks again for tuning in.